Hey up lads and lasses, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a bit different. We've been sent this from our good mates at Carpuride. It's a 702S Pro smart motorcycle system, and we're going to try fit it to this, the Bonneville 865. I'm just going to give it a test and review and see if it's any good. So let's have it.
So you want to ride bikes, stay strong, flexed up, like Jonny, a Yorkshire lad, like Jonny, a Jonny, 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 Jonny.
Right team, so we've been in the market for a sort of navigation system for a while, and we've been looking at some of these CarPlay systems on Amazon. They're called CarPlay systems. I know they're for motorcycles, but that's what they're called. Our current mode of navigation is basically using an iPhone and also Google Maps with our Bluetooth headset in. The battery only lasts about 4 hours or so. I've got to keep taking them out and recharging them, so one of these is ideal. And Vicky from Carpuride slid into my DMs a few months ago saying, we've got this new product, would you like to test it out? And I thought, what the hell, let's go for it, shall we? So I'll level with you, there's a lot of people on YouTube selling stuff at the moment. Carpuride slid into my DMs. I had heard of them before. I've seen these in the flesh. I met someone this weekend who'd been using this. They used it all the way across Europe to Italy. So it's something that did pique my interest. Normally I wouldn't say no, I'm not into that. I don't do reviews like this on the channel. I review quality products that I've researched myself, but I did research this as soon as it came in. So my promise to you is, if this is a useless product, if I don't like it, it'll go straight back to Carpuride and I will not put this video out. But you're watching this video right now, so that means that this is a decent product. Vicky said that, you know, with this we'll give you a bit of a discount for your followers if they do want to buy one after they watch the video. So I've negotiated a 30% discount if you use this code here, TOPBOY30. So yeah, if you do like the video, if you do like the product, go on the website, buy it, 30% off, TOPBOY30. But yeah, let's get straight into it, shall we? Let's do the installation and then we'll move on from there. Right, let's get stuck straight into this unboxing, shall we? So it got a bit bashed in the post. The boxes are designed to just get damaged. I always find I'm not really bothered about boxes. But this is your Carpuride 702S Pro system. And on it we've got Bluetooth, IP67, which I'm guessing is the water rating, compatibility, don't know what that means, we'll find out, an SD card, which is always handy, voice controls, music, I'm guessing all runs through your phone. Now I use an iPhone, so if this is Android based, it might not work, but we're going to find out today, shall we? So let's open it up then. So the first thing you come across is the CarPlay manual. Well pictured, got some good illustrations in there and what not to do and what to do, I'm guessing, but we're going to figure this out later, and we might not need this, but if we do, we can always reference it. And then you've got this, the beautiful screen. Check that out. That is a nice screen. It's big as well, isn't it? That's my hand for reference, so that's going to be yeah, very nice to view. We've got something on the back, look like a set of keys. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's see what comes attached. So we've got two sets that are attached. This obviously is a power cable. I've seen the fuse on it. So on there we've got ourselves plenty of cable, and then we've got our live and positive and negative cable. So I'm just going to probably snip these off and I'm just going to plug them straight into my Oxford relay. But it's got a fuse. Let's have a look. Number 3 fuse, that should be absolutely fine. We'll find out about that. And then we've got the controls on this one. So we've got a nice little handlebar mount, and we've got like a refresh button, a call button and a home button, and they just feel like nice little buttons. The screen itself doesn't actually feel, you know, I'm a bit worried when it comes to Chinese products, but this actually feels quite weighty. It feels quite solid. Yeah, that's really cool, that. So we'll figure out how to get off the mount as well. But what else have we got in the box? So if we take this out, we've got ourselves the handlebar mount. That's pretty cool. We've got ourselves, I don't know what that is, that's like a junction box. We've got all our screws, all our Allen keys. We've got another number 3 fuse. We've got just a load of adapters. We've got a little Allen key screwdriver. All good to go. And then we've got these, which are, I'm guessing it's for the mount, so we can extend it or something, because balls go in these generally. They clamp together and then you can maneuver it around. And then we've also got a USB to, I'm guessing, the AC adapter. So we don't actually have to plug it directly into the battery or plug it into the relay. You can just plug it in from your USB port, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you get in the box, and that fills me with a bit of confidence knowing that there's not 1,000 parts. So box aside, let's get to it. So the plan is to try and get as far as we can without using the instruction books, because I think if it's a nice easy product you shouldn't have to use instructions. I have found that we've got some keys that came glued to the back of this in a little bag, so I think we just basically stick it in up until the nub. I have seen someone using one of these before, don't get me wrong, and all you do is you give it a twist and the nub kind of lines up with the side there, and you're just supposed to give it a bit of a push in and then a push the key in and it comes straight off. You see that top bit just pops up, and then if we pull that out it should go straight back in. So yeah, I think that will ease up over time. It is a little bit stiff, but it's solid. When that's on, it's solid. So we're going to put this away so we don't damage it. So Carpuride send us one of these, which is the handlebar bracket. If you listen to that, that is metal, that's not plastic. And my plan is I'm going to fit it here like that, but obviously it's not fitting at the moment. So what they've done is they've given us, let's put this back on its mount and set that up. They've given us this, a bag full of bits. I'm very fortunate I've got a Bonneville with a nice seat on here, so we can just use it as a workbench. I have chose the hottest day of the year to do this on though, so bear with me. So we've got the bigger ones. If we just stick the grommets in like that, they fit in perfectly. That's what we're going to need. I'm just going to test this against the handlebars now. So there's still a bit of a gap on the handlebars with these. So what they're doing is they're fitted with some extra bits of rubber, so we can just kind of bulk it out a little bit. And this is a really good idea, because the amount of times I've tried to fit something to the Honda Monkey or to one of these and they just don't fit. It's insane. But yeah, they're just going to clamp in like that, and then we'll close it up, and that should give us the grip that we need. And then all it does is we have a screw that goes through and then a bolt that goes on the bottom like that, and we should be able to just tighten it up. So let's stick it on the handlebar, shall we? Now this is the fiddliest little bit. So you've obviously got your little rubber extenders there, we just put on the bars, and that's probably the fiddliest bit so far, and then getting this screw in. So they give you different lengths of screws. I'm going to try the shortest one because I don't want much screw protruding, but you might be thinking, oh, how are you going to hold that screw in? Underneath the actual handlebar mount there's a little indentation which holds the screw in, so we should be able to just use this Allen key and hold that screw up with our fingers, and this should, in theory, get us past that neoprene washer and allow us, like this, just to tighten it up. And the bottom nut isn't spinning, so that's a good sign straight away. So we can now take a finger off, just give that a bit of a tighten. Let's turn it into how we want it, and then just give it a bit of a tighten. So the next thing to do is try and get this on the handlebars. And what we've got is one of these attachments where the ball just sits in there basically. This clamps down, we've got a screw, and we've got a nut that comes through that other side. You have to bear with me, I'm doing it a bit slapdash here. I'm trying to look over the camera. And we can tighten that up, and that should just sit like that. So let's get that on the handlebars. So I basically just tighten this up now. The nut at the other side actually sinks into a gap, so you don't actually have to have a spanner, it just holds it in place. And that is, I think, without any fine tuning, where I'm going to keep my CarPlay system. I think it's perfectly in the centre there. It doesn't block my speedo gauge or any of my warning lights. So let's put it on and see how it looks, shall we? So that should just slide into a little hook at the bottom. We should be able to just pull that key out and give it a twist, turn that, and boom. There it is, stuck in the centre. So this is my view now on the motorcycle. You might see my face in the reflection, but it just needs a little bit of fine tuning, I think, bringing it a bit more to the left. But I'm quite happy with that. That's perfect. This is what you're seeing from my eye level. So I'll be able to see my dash, I'll still be able to see my warning lights, and I've got this Carpuride right here. So happy days. So now we've fit the Carpuride system on the handlebars. We've got these two wires remaining. That's the power, the red one, and this one is for the control system, which is handlebar mounted. Like I said, you've got the refresh button, which is 2 arrows circulating. We've got the call button and we've got the home button. The problem I've got is I've got the Oxford heated grips mounted on there, so we might struggle to get it on. I'm going to try to figure that out now, and we'll see how we get on. So what we figured out with this control unit is it actually just goes over the handlebar grip itself. It is big enough, you don't actually have to add anything to it. Just look at it. There's 2 screws at the back, really simple to access. You just basically unscrew them, clamp it on and screw it back up. And it's really simple. And then so when you're riding, you basically got your hand there, you can just click all the buttons. So that's nice and easy. So the electrics that come with the Carpuride are dead simple. Literally, you've got a negative and a positive to go on your battery. They're colour coded, you can't really get it wrong. I, however, have been fortunate enough to fit one of these. the Oxford relay. So that's a 12-volt relay, really good product, and that's already connected to the battery and also a switch live, so that won't come on unless the engine's engaged. So all I'm going to do now is snip these two ends off and just use the wiring straight into my 12-volt relay. That should just let us fire up the Carpuride and get it going. So we've basically just wired the red into the positive, the black into the negative. Like I said, you can just put it onto your battery. I don't know how that would work, if it keeps on or not. This relay only allows you to work when the engine's on, but we've just ran the wires very ugly all the way to the front here. There's the Carpuride system. Let's try it for the first time. So if we just put our key in there and then we'll give it a turn now, let's see what happens. There we have it, fired straight up. I'm not going to take the screen protector off it just yet though, we're going to play around with it, I'll take it off afterwards, but the sound is played from the BT trans output. So there we have it, it's worked. So I'm just going to put this bike back together now, tidy up the wires, and then we'll look into the actual system itself. So we've just ran the wire down here, used a few little zip ties, need to cut that one off, and then ran it underneath the tank, and then just used a few more zip ties and brought it all the way back to the battery unit. And then you've got, obviously, it looks a bit like spaghetti junction in there, but it's not. I highly recommend you buy some of these miniature zip ties. They're not expensive on Amazon at all, you can get next day delivery, and they just saved my life so many times when it comes to like wiring and stuff. But I didn't think I'd show you the wiring process because every bike's going to be different. But yeah, we've just hidden it under the tank with some of these, but yeah, happy days. Right team, so we are on the bike now. We're just going to fire this up and pair it with our phone. So I'm just going to, I've got my phone on the tank, you can't see that, obviously got my private stuff on there, but we're going to watch the screen and see if we can connect to it. So at the moment it's just come up in my Bluetooth finder. I found the Carpuride, it came up straight away, that was dead quick. So I've got a code that's come up, I'm going to pair it. That's fine, allow contact sync. It's pairing request, that's what it says on my phone at the moment, pairing request. And we're connected to CarPlay, check that out. Connect to CarPlay, connect. And probably just giving all my details away there, I don't know. But yeah, that should be basically it. So I'm going to allow Carpuride to use my apps. And this is what you get on the screen. So we've got maps. Let's see if any addresses come up. I hope not. So it's pretty hard to do a review on here because if I go into the phone menu, then you're going to see all my contacts. If I go into messages, you're going to see all my text messages. If I go into the maps, you're going to see my current location. So you have to take my word for it that it does work. And we've got audiobooks, so we could just sit on the bike and read an audiobook as well if you wanted to. The car home, let's see what this means. So we've got basic mountings. Let's have a look. It tells us our altitude, 18 meters above sea level. It tells us if we rotate it, if we rotate the handlebars, the compasses work. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So the barometer works, the steering works, the angle works. That's all pretty cool. If we go back to home now, I think we just press back. It's a very responsive screen as well. We've got some settings. We can do language, system. We've got Wi-Fi name, and we can change the password. We've got the Bluetooth, we can go back to that. Let's click home, is that right? And then we need to go to iPlay, and that's your main screen. We've got Amazon Music, we've got Spotify, we've got Calimoto. So yeah, it's very hard to show you this because obviously messages, maps and stuff, it just comes straight into my location. I don't want you to know where I live. So let's try Spotify, shall we? That should just link to my phone. So if I put recents in, all my top-notch playlist thing, we've had a bit of Linkin Park, our lasses playlist, Molgoth, Black Eyeliner, Wednesday Afternoon. Let's check that out. What's on there here? And that's just like classic songs she likes. Blink-182, My Chemical Romance. My playlists are absolutely sick too. So we've got a load of stuff that's been listened to. But yeah, happy days on that. So that's your Spotify. It's come up straight away. And then if we press home, or is it that one? It's that one that brings it back. Then we've got WhatsApp as well. I think what happens is you've got to get the apps on your iPhone and then it automatically syncs them to here if they can be used. Right team, so we've just installed this now, and it's a really good system to install. It's been dead easy. The hardest bit's been trying to get the camera angles for you, so I hope that's come out all right. But the system itself, I can't really show you a lot of it on the camera. You just have to take my word for it. It does work. If I go onto the phone, if I go onto the maps or the messages or Calimoto, straight away it brings up my location. but I might be able to just move it around on the screen. You might be seeing that now. The music, the Spotify works perfectly. I can't go into the phone for you because obviously I don't want you getting my contact details on my messages. And the audiobooks, we're not going to be using audiobooks. I think it's because it's on my iPhone already. But yeah, the Spotify works absolutely fine. The WhatsApp works really well as well. So you just have to take my word for that. The only thing we can really do is use it as a navigation system now. So I'm going to use it on Google Maps on another day. I'm not going to do it today because it's just too warm and it's too late in the evening for me to just have a ride. Right, team, so it's been 2 weeks since we installed this, the Carpuride W702S Pro, and we've had 2 weeks to digest it really. Once we installed it, we just left it on the bike in the sun, and it was a blooming hot day for maybe 4 hours just to see if it had melted or anything, and it didn't. It worked absolutely fine. We've left it in the rain just to check the waterproofness of it as well, and it's been absolutely fine in that sense, no problems. We have been using it for a sat-nav system. We've not had anywhere really to go with it, so we've just been using it in the hills. I took our lass out on the back of the bike and we've used this. What I like about it is how easy it is to connect. So all you got to do is basically get your phone out, click the Bluetooth. It's so simple, honestly, anyone can do it. And also I've been using these Jabra Elites. These are about 5-year-old, these Bluetooth headset, which I normally just have in my ears and link with my phone. But it all seems to just seamlessly link with the Carpuride. So I've been listening to my music, I've been listening to, watching the maps at the same time, and it's just a nice, easy bit of kit to use. I highly rate it. It's just, the bracket that it's on is solid. I haven't seen it vibrating or anything like that. But the maps in general, you can either just set the maps up on your phone, and then it just kind of pings it to the device and sets it off, or you can either set the map up, like your direction, your route, on the actual Carpuride itself, and it just works. The Kalimoto, I haven't found it being as user-friendly using the actual screen itself of the Kalimoto, but once I set up like the GPX file on my app, it just pings it across to this device anyway. So as long as you've got to keep your phone on you, it won't work without the phone. But let's be honest, it's 2025, everyone has a phone on them all the time. So yeah, it's been dead easy to use. It's not crashed on me, it's not died on me. I've been playing with it with the engine not even on, so it's been drawing quite a lot of low power on there as well. It's not killed my battery in my bike. But yeah, this kit here has been really good, and I highly recommend it. I'm not just saying that for the sake of it. If you are interested in buying one of these Carpurides, so we were offered a discount, which we've negotiated, and we've got you a 30% discount if you use the code TOPBOY30. This is a system that I'm going to use from now on. I've got a trip to Italy planned in September. I'm probably going to take this one with me, really. The thing I like most about it is it can just stay on your bike. It's locked on there. You need the little key to open it up and take it off. So if you just park outside a shop and you go walking around the town for a little bit, when I come back, that this is probably still going to be on my bike unless you actually rip it off the handlebars. You know, there's thieves around everywhere, but I've got a lot of confidence in this. You need an Allen key to take it off the handlebars as well. So it's very thief-proofed as well. The price of it as well, I've been on the website, and at the moment they're on for £252. Now, if you want to buy one of these, you can use TOPBOY30 and get another additional 30% off there. So if we do some quick math right now, I haven't done this for a while, so just bear with me. Let's do some quick math. £252 times 0.30. So that's 75 quid you get off there. So 252 take away 75. You're getting it for £177 if you choose TOPBOY30. I'm quite impressed with my math skills there, to be honest, as well. But yeah, this Carpuride system, it's really good. It looks really sleek. It just works. And I don't think there's much else to really say. What do you need from a CarPlay system? For me, I just need it for navigation, just to see who's calling me, which works perfectly. When Top Girl Lauren rings, I can just press the controller on the handlebars and it just comes up in my earbuds. I've never had that before. She's always had to wait for me to pull over and ring her back. So even with the wind noise in my helmet, I've never been able to answer a call on these Jabra Elites while riding. So that's kind of a revolution for me now. She can ring me up saying, how are you doing? How far are you off? When can I get your tea on the go? So yeah, I really do like this Carpuride system. If you just need a navigation system, something to your GPX, this is the one for you, really. So with that, I think you're going to see it in quite a lot of my adventures going forward. But yeah, if you're in the market for it, check out the website, use the code TOPBOY30, get yourself 75% discount. So if you've got any questions regarding this Carpuride system, just drop them in the comments below. Like I said, I've used this for 2 weeks now. I can probably answer anything you need. And if not, you can always just go straight to the customer service. They will get back to you. But with that, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll catch you on the next one.